Hey everybody, this is Paul with CDA. We're going to go ahead and get started with the receive code setup, what it's used for, and how it's applied. So the receive code is found right up here. It's a drop-down menu, and what it does is it allows you to automatically apply markup for COD coverage, warranty coverage, and third-party coverage. For the first part of our demo, we're going to demonstrate warranty coverage, and then I'm going to go ahead and show you third-party coverage. But the first thing I want to do is that I want to show you that the receive code says Square Trade. Now Square Trade is a third-party company, so you'll warranty coverage. You'll notice it wouldn't be applicable here, but we're doing Samsung work on a washing machine with warranty coverage. So on our receive code, we're going to change it to Samsung warranty. So the receive code is Samsung warranty because it's warranty work and it's a Samsung washing machine. I'm going to hit save. And now what I want to show you is how do you set up the attributes to give your markup for parts and labor when you're working on warranty work for Samsung. So I'm going to go to the utilities menu. I'm going to go to the receive code setup. And I already have it set up for us because it's a demo. And so I'm at Samsung warranty. You see the coverage is warranty. And what I've said is that I'm going to break down my parts markup and my labor markup. So we'll just start from the top and we'll go all the way down. So we're going to give it a code, we're going to give it a name. When you carefully read this, you'll notice that when we do markups, we put a negative value. So for our demonstration, I'm going to use some extreme examples just so we can really see that everything's working as designed. So we're saying when I do Samsung warranty work, I get a 50% markup. Then what I can do, I can say, hey, if it's over $100, if a part has $100 or higher markup value, drop it down to only 25% markup. This is a very common case with markup, with rate sheets by third-party providers and warranty coverage. Then what we're going to say, do not go past $600 for any one part for total markup. And so that's how you set that attribute. So for us, what we want to remember is we're doing 50% markup up to $100. After that, we're doing a 25% markup. And then I'm going to show you an example of where we calculate no part can have a greater markup value than $600. Now let's go over to labor. So for Samsung labor, we get a markup of 50%. And then for other rate, we get a markup of 50%, and I'll show you that. Again, these are extreme values just because we're doing a demo. It's warranty coverage, and then most warranty coverage is tax exempt, and that's why we have this button, and I'm just going to go ahead and say save. So what you'll notice is our brand is Samsung. We have a washing machine, and our receive code is going to be Samsung warranty. So this is going to give us our markup for parts, and it's going to give us our markup for labor. So let's first do parts. So we're going to say add, and we're going to keep it really simple, nothing complicated. So we're just going to go through these prompts quickly. We're going to ignore these two prompts, and we're just going to say my coverage is 100. So you'll notice it gave us a 50% markup. So we're going to say save. We're going to add another part, and this time we're going to add a part. We're going to go through these prompts. We're going to say 600. Now notice it didn't go to 50% and went to 25% markup, which is correct. We're going to say save. And then let's just add one more part. We're going to say one part. And now we're going to add the unit cost. We're going to ignore these prompts. And there you go. So it was greater than $600, so it kept it at $600 markup. So when we were in the receive code setup, we said 50% for $100, anything over $100 was 25%, and then we set a cap at $600. And you can see all of that was honored. So now we're going to say save. All right, so now we've just done the first setup for receive code, which has to do with parts markup. So this was all the parts markup that I just showed you. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the labor markup as well. So I just wanted you to see that one more time. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to main. So we're warranty coverage under Samsung, and we have a washing machine. Now if you remember, there's a video called product setup, and the reason why you need to look at product setup is it tells you how to enter in the dollar amount for your rate sheet when you're doing warranty work or third-party work for a Samsung washing machine. So let's just take a look at that real quickly. So I'm going to go to manufacturers, edit manufacturers. I'm going to look for Samsung. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the washing machine. And it says for Samsung warranty work washing machine, I get $100 for on-site and in-shop. Intermediate, I get $200. And for major repairs, I get $300. So let's go ahead and remember that. So $100, $200, $300, just keeping it simple and big for our demo. So we're going to say OK. So again, my markup is set here. I have a Samsung washing machine. I'm under warranty. And now I want to add labor. Now all I need to do is click this button right here and it'll add it. But first thing I want to show you is, let's just say I did a major on-site repair. So I say major on-site. I have that criteria, and now all I do is say fixed rate, and there it is, it's $300. So let's say I didn't select something for the category, the repair category. I'm going to get a prompt saying, hey, you didn't select something. So now I'm going to come back and I'm going to say I did an intermediate on site, and I'm going to go ahead and say fixed warranty. And there you go, it's at $200. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through this sequence again, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through it through third-party coverage. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Alrighty, so here we are, we're right back. So now you'll notice our coverage is third party, and this time we're doing work for Square Trade. So Square Trade gave us the work, so we're going to bill Square Trade. But what we need to remember is, what type of markup are we going to calculate for? We're going to calculate it for Square Trade. So we have to make sure we change the receive code, do a save. And now we're just going to go through the same sequence, but this time I'm going to make it a little bit faster than before. So I'm just going to add a part. And again, we're going to do markup. Now, instead of adding it this time, I'm just going to show you on the screen that everything is calculated in real time. So now we'll just say it's 100. So there's 50% markup. Let's go that the part costs $600. There's a 25% markup. And now let's go ahead and see what happens when we add 10,000. We only can get up to $600 for our parts, which is correct, because if we go to the utilities menu, go to the receive setup, go to Square Trade, you'll see we set up Square Trade the same way we set up the Samsung. So 50% markup up to $100, we only get 25% markup, never go greater for one part with the total markup of $600. We're now going to do our labor at 50% markup, other charges at 50% markup. You'll notice that we have the third party and we don't have tax exempt. So now let's go ahead and take a look at labor. So here we are, we're going to add labor, but the one thing we want to be mindful of is we're going to go to the main and we're going to be adding labor for a washing machine. So let's go back here to totals labor. So what we want to do on a previous video, we showed you how to set up charges for third party for a washing machine. So let's go and we'll go over that one more time. So we're going to go to dealer, third parties. We're going to take a look at Square Trade. And so we have Square Trade local, we have our washing machine, and then this time, so we can kind of see a big example, we're saying when we do a minor, intermediate, or a major, we get 110, 220, or 230. And that's going to be for on-site or in shop. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like. So we're going to add labor. This time we're doing third party for Square Trade. and there it is. So we did a intermediate. It was only 220. Let's go ahead and change it to in-shop major, and there it is, 330. So again, we've eliminated the rate sheet. We've eliminated teaching the team how to go find Excel or look online for what the rate sheet is. The only thing we need to let the team know is make sure you have your billing correct for the third-party coverage. Make sure you have the receive code correct. And then all you do is click third party. Let's go ahead and add an other item. And let's just say extra shipping. And we'll say it's 200, and we auto calculate that as well, which we said was 50%. So what you're noticing is, again, you simply click a button and you automatically get your markup based upon what you've set up the receive code for. You probably will want to watch this video at least once or twice if this is your first time seeing it, so you'll understand how everything blends together. But it is a very quick way for you to add the correct parts markup and the correct labor markup, and that will conclude our video.